This article explains how to create and manage weld maps using the Weldtrace platform. You will learn the steps to efficiently map welds, handle tags, and generate reports for your projects. In this step, let's have a look at how to create welds through the weld mapping interface. To create welds, you don't have to use the weld mapping interface if the drawings come pre-numbered with the welds. This example shows how to weld map when the drawings do not come pre-numbered, or if you want to show the location of the welds on the drawings. Let's take this example of this drawing number 1, and this happens to be in two tags, L101 and L102. Which means whatever this drawing says that you need to fabricate will need to be fabricated twice, one for this tag and one for this tag. Let's see how this is handled in Weldtrace compared to when a drawing is present only in one tag. That means you only need to make one of whatever this drawing says. Click here to open the weld mapping interface. If you need additional space, you can close the side menu bar. And if you need extra space, you can click here to go to full screen mode. I'll just come back off the full screen mode. This is the weld mapping toolbar. Here you can see how many pages are in this drawing, and you can navigate through these pages. A drawing can have a maximum of 5 pages in Weldtrace, and there's no limit on how many drawings you can have in a project. We can navigate back through the Breadcrumbs menu here, but for now, let's focus on creating welds through Weld Mappin. So as a default, when you open a drawing, the Weld button will be selected and the Weld Draw button will be selected. The hash button is for the sequence fill. Once you number the first weld, the next numbers in the sequence will be filled automatically. These buttons are for editing. This is to zoom in and out. This is the shape marker. By default, you will see the rectangle and red shape selected. Here you can select the joint type and the category. As a default, butt weld and shop weld are selected. Let's say all these welds are 3 inches in size and they're all planned for next week. This date is important because Weldtrace will automatically put together a Gantt chart based on the planned date. Now let's say we are going to select only butt welds and mark them. So click on the location of the weld joint, drag the mouse, release the button, and enter the weld number. Let's say these are butt welds, starting with 1. Click here for the next weld, drag and release. You can see the numbers increment automatically, and you don't need to click Save each time. Click here to proceed with the weld mapping process. If you need to make any changes, you can click on this button and then select the weld and make the changes. Click here to add more welds to the drawing. Let's do some more welds. Let's say this time it's socket welds, and they are annotated as blue hexagons. So let's say this is socket weld 1. Click Save to store your weld mapping progress. You can add notes to the weld maps. Notes will not be converted into welds. Once you're happy with it, click Save to confirm your weld mapping data. You click Save here. You will see here 4 butt welds, 2 socket welds, and they are repeated twice. So these 6 welds will be created for L101, line 1, and the following 6 welds for line 102. And if you need to make any changes at this stage, you can cancel and go back and make edits, or if you need to delete some of the welds, then you can do that here. Deleting here doesn't delete the annotation bubble in the weld mapping interface, so when you click Save here, the weld will be saved and created in the project. Click the Tags option to view weld counts per tag. And if you look at the tags, you'll see there are 6 weld created in each of the tags. And if you look at the drawing, you can see 12 welds have been created, and the red paperclip indicates that the drawing has been annotated. And all these welds are in plan stage, and this is how you create a weld map. Click the Drawings option to access the drawing list. If you need to produce a PDF of this weld map, you can click here on the Render and Print icon and click on this button, and that will produce a rendered version of the weld map. And that is about doing weld mapping in Weldtrace. This article has guided you through the complete process of weld mapping in Weldtrace, from interface introduction to creating, editing, and saving weld maps. For more information, refer to related articles on weld mapping best practices and project management within Weldtrace.